Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Case Against AI Art, an advocacy project where I get to spend the next few minutes talking to you about the rising controversial market, AI-generated imagery. Recently, you may have noticed, AI-generated images have infiltrated the art industry, from craft shows and conventions to marketing, and even the animation industry. From cheap shower curtains featuring holiday-themed art of classic characters, to advertisements for your favorite soda brand, AI images are everywhere. It is not just visual art either. AI-generated music has seemingly topped the charts. Children's books written by AI are available for purchase. So the question is, should AI-generated art be allowed? And should people be allowed to profit off of it? One blaring problem with AI-generated anything is the matter of art theft and infringement. For any creative work, regardless of copyright or patent, the creator has the right to the piece they created, the picture, the painting, words, or the music they have made. This does not include the idea they are portraying. For example, an artist makes a painting depicting their experience with depression, owns the right to their painting, but not the rights to the idea of depression. They also own the rights to the characters and worlds they create. In the art world, if an artist traces another artist's work, or steals it to credit it as their own, it is considered art theft. In writing, there is plagiarism, where someone would steal words written by someone else. There are punishments for when humans commit these types of theft, but AI has gotten away with it almost scot-free. AI-generated works are an amalgamation of stolen content, used in a non-transformative way. The software trained on databases of artwork, photographs, songs, and written works to associate them with prompt input by the users. The problem occurs when the output returns pieces of original art it was trying to mimic, smudged out watermarks, chunks of stolen verbatim text, and pieces of songs written by the artists they are trying to mimic. AI has been caught stealing from small independent artists as well as larger companies, for example, Getty Images. Now, you may be thinking, what's the difference between AI-generated content and fan works? Why do we have a problem with AI images, fics, etc., and not ones created by humans? While it is true that fan artists and fic writers are creating media of characters and worlds they do not own, they are doing so in a transformative way. They are presenting the characters in their own style, with their own unique storytelling, and not just copying the source material. Because of this, they have the right to ownership over their fan art, or other type of work, meaning the creator of the original media can't profit off of their work without consent. However, they do not have the right to the media and characters from the original meaning that the fan creator also does not have the right to profit off of it. This is why sites such as Archive of Our Own don't allow for-profit works to be published on them. Along with this, fan works usually credit the source media, as it is a fan work, and it is more celebratory rather than stealing the characters and claiming them to be their own. Aside from the concerns over art theft, another reason AI-generated content should not be allowed in the art market is because it is degrading what the art industry is supposed to be about. Art is the celebration of human creativity and expression of human emotion. In more recent years, with the rise of social media, art has shifted to strive for instant gratification than enjoyment of well-crafted pieces that take a while to create. AI further shifts the focus of art from human ingenuity to consumerism, valuing the product more than the process of creating it. Rather than wanting to spend the time or money for art created by real artists, people would rather put in a prompt or buy cheaper products made with AI. Now, a common objection to the anti-AI view is that AI makes art more accessible to people in poverty or people with disabilities. This is not true. Art can be made with anything. It doesn't have to be created with fancy supplies that cost hundreds of dollars. It is also significantly cheaper to own a pack of markers and paper from the dollar store than the device you would use to access AI. I personally have made art with recycling, free pens, napkins, any of the scraps I can get my hands on at work that aren't super gross. In terms of accessibility for disabled artists, saying that art improves their experience is a spit in the face of all the amazing artists who have learned to adapt art to fit them. There are people who can paint with their feet or with their mouth. There are people who have learned who've created new forms of art just so that they would have a way to create that suits them. And they're awesome. They're really creative. And saying that AI would make art accessible is entirely defeating how art is supposed to work. So, to wrap things up, AI's presence in the art market is very problematic. It puts artists in a vulnerable position by taking away their jobs. It degrades the purpose of art, and it's also stealing art created by real artists. You don't have to agree with me, but I would love to hear your thoughts. As always, do your own research, draw your own conclusions, and support human artists. Have a good day.